Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm watching one of the most important movies ever made. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. AKA, that movie where a queen loses a made-up beauty contest and tries to kill a teenager. I mean, who hasn't been there before, right? Now, full disclosure, I've never actually watched a Disney movie. Anything I know about Disney movies is from Kingdom Hearts games. With the remake right around the corner and the media monsoon crap show that's ever hounded it, I wanted to go back to the one that started it all. I even got to do some research while I looked for a way to actually watch this ancient thing. Now, this says this movie came out in 1937. Do you know how old that is? That's older than your grandma's grandma. They made this when Mickey Mouse still looked like something you'd find in a New York subway. But here's the thing, they didn't just make a movie. No. Walt Disney was like, let's make the first full-length animated feature film ever. Everyone else said, Walt, you're an idiot. They called this Disney's Folly, and then he proceeded to smash that mythical glass ceiling. That was back in the day when the people in charge actually contributed to their projects too, instead of just delegating. Alright, enough schooling, let's get to the movie. This lady goes, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? And mirror goes, just kidding, mirror say, not you fugly, she is. Boom. Instant villain arc. There's the whole plot, baby, we're already moving. Then we meet the snow herself. She's singing into a well for a prince, to which one promptly responds and matches her singing prowess. Except the queen sees the whole thing and starts burning with jealousy. Or thirsting or whatever. I don't know where exactly the stalking part is, she literally asked the wishing well for a prince. Maybe it'll show up later. So the queen tells some hunter to take Snow out into the woods and kill her and put her hearth in a special little box. 'Cause every evil queen needs a box for the hearts of her enemies. Even if they are 13-year-olds. The hunter gets the perfect backstab opening, but his heart grew 3 sizes that day, so he just yells at her and scares her away into the woods. This scene of her fleeing in the woods is amazing. She finally collapses into a clearing, scaring lots of small critters. But her animal empathy skills let her quickly recover, and the animals agree to guide her to safety. She finds a house dark and dusty, and figures that motherless children live there since everything is tiny, so she cleans up and puts soup on, hoping they let her stay. But all the cleaning tires her out, and she falls asleep, classic Goldilocks style. We cut to the dwarfs working their mine. All the gem sparkles and everything going on in these scenes. They didn't have After Effects, they didn't have Blender. They had like, a pencil. And they made this. Then the bell rings, they all clock out and they start their commute home. I wonder if this counted as ride-sharing back then. Upon sight of the house, they noticed the lights are on.
Jiminy Crickets.
Jiminy Crickets. If this was the first animated movie, does that make Pinocchio? Yup, the next movie they made. Dang. That's crazy. So they find Snow White asleep and they get their introductions out of the way. Then she asks them to stay and offers housekeeping and cooking. What really seals the deal though is her offer for making gooseberry pies. Nobody could resist having someone from the Grand Traverse Pie Company live in their house. So they have some songs about washing your hands and then just a goofy yodeling song. I don't mind the songs so much, 'cause there's usually plot happening in the songs. It's not like we have to stop the plot to sing the song like it's some reality TV confessional trauma dump. So after all the fun, we have to remember that someone's trying to ruin everything. The queen realizes she's been tricked when the mirror says it's still not you, fugly, and tells her what's in the box wasn't Gwyneth Paltrow, Snow White. It was a pig's heart. Who would have guessed someone called the huntsman might have access to animal parts? So she takes matters into her own hands. Her first idea is to make herself fugly. Amazing. Immediately lost the beauty contest. Great plan. Although this transformation is also great. This must have been nightmare fuel back when it released. We've gone full Resident Evil here. The queen drinks her evil soup and bam. She turns into a World of Warcraft quest giver. Like straight up, she's about to tell me to go kill 10 wolves. Anybody that says things made for kids don't need a high standard for quality don't know what they're rejecting. To go with her new disguise, the queen makes her poison apple with the sleeping death. A spell only broken by love's first kiss. The queen believes when they think she's dead, they'll bury her. Far away from any smooching crazed princes. The next morning, the dwarves go off to work, and the snow starts working on that gooseberry pie. Then a shadow passes the window. It's the queen in hag form. She says the dwarves like apple pie best. Nuh-uh. We were there, they asked for gooseberry pies. Then she goes, it's a wish-granting apple. I guess the well did work the last time, but we all saw that skull in the apple. I wouldn't want those wishes. Snow unfortunately succumbs to the peer pressure. Then the dwarves show up. They were just too late for Snow, but not for the queen. They chase her up a mountain till it's just her at the top with a boulder. She yells that she'll crush the dwarves' bones, but then thunder strikes, and she falls off the cliff and the boulder crushed her bones. Evil hags falling off a cliff is always good cinema. But since the whole thing has been a trial of vanity that Snow White won, the dwarves made her a glass coffin, to keep her beauty alive at least. And that's when the prince who's been looking for her this whole time shows back up and finally gets that one-on-one time he didn't get earlier. And they live happily ever after. Everyone has seen by now what the new Snow White is all about. I never saw that stalking part certain people were talking about. I don't know how this got turned into Snow White being a leader she knows she can be. The story is presented pretty early as pure jealousy and vanity. I can see why this is considered a timeless classic. It set the stage for future Disney musicals to be a dominant force in entertainment. The animation work holds up today, nearly 80 years since its original release. It also kicked off the entire animation industry. No Pixar, no DreamWorks, no Shrek. No Shrek. Without Snow White. No Hayao Miyazaki, no Akira Toriyama. This film and those that followed inspired artists for decades. I think the only thing Zegler's Snow White will inspire is a return to these animations. Maybe a landfill of E.T. Atari games. Now if you'll excuse me, I gotta go ask a mirror where all the gold is.